All right, everyone. We're back with some more Call of Duty Black Ops 7 beta gameplay, and we're going to be using the Beta Legend. So this is a weapon that I guess it's one of the, pre-made weapons, and take a look at this thing. It's the only one I guess that has any sort of skin on it. So I was like, let's try this thing out. It's already at a max level, and we're going to get into it. You can see, actually, I'll show you the class real quick that we're going to be rolling with. For the record, I have no clue if this is any good at all, but we're going to be trying this out. We got perk read on here. I wanted to stick with all the reds for this to get that buff and movement and health speed. So let's just get right into it. We're going to obviously be playing open mosh pit, right? We're going to be playing the non-SBMM playlist. And I think that playlist has been rocking. I think a lot of people are excited about it. There are still concerns I've heard, regarding different things with the playlist. Like one of the ones I heard is that basically if you continue to have it only for like if you have two different playlists, one for the non-SBMM and one for SBMM, you might get the same thing because all the good players play the non-SBMM and the other players will be playing the SBMM one. I get that, right? That seems like something that could definitely be happening, but I just don't know if that's going to be enough to ruin the experience of the SBMM because I'd even throw myself in there. I don't view myself as one of the top tier players. There are plenty of games where I'm getting my butt kicked, and I'm still playing this, playlist. So I just think certainly there might be a level of like, players who really want it easier or whatever. Maybe they go into that playlist. But I think if you have people like me that are playing in this non SBMM and enjoying it, I think that's a pretty good chunk because I would put myself, around maybe the average, right, in this case. So all right, so let's get into this now. It's Cap A. This Beta Legend thing. Sorry, I'm trying to move my phone here properly and fix the charger as I'm playing. All right, here we go. I'm liking this weapon a lot. The one thing, I go back and forth on it, but the beta, I don't think we actually get to carry it over into the actual game, and I sort of understand of, it's like if you allowed the everything to be carried over, it kind of hurts the initial experience for people that didn't play the beta. They would be kind of set back a little bit, and you want to give people that full experience from the jump. I do understand that, right? The only thing is that it just becomes a kind of frustrating thing when it comes to weapons because we're trying to learn all the different weapons. We're trying to rank up all the different weapons, and it kind of is a thing where it's like, okay, cool. I'm ranking up the weapons as we start out 2 and 3. I'm ranking up all these weapons for what? Right? Like, what's the point of ranking up all these weapons? So I kind of wish that even if they reset your overall rank, I kind of wish they kept at least some of it of what we did, or you got some maybe you get like maybe they give you like a double XP token or something to play the beta, right, for your weapons, so that when we get on, we have a little bit of that boost. Like, I don't know. Well, maybe they'll do something, and maybe I'm wrong on that. I could definitely see the argument against. Some people might say, well, just start the game fresh. The beta shouldn't count. But I just think it's actually, I've been playing this game a ton just because of how fun it is. But the one thing that keeps me from, like, really just like, because like with some of the betas, you just go as hard as possible. One of the things that kept me from really doing that is the fact that there's no reason for me to rank up every weapon, especially if I've already tried them out and don't love them. Certainly for when the game comes out, maybe what guns you like more. That certainly might be an argument, but I do think it would have been cool if at least something from, and maybe there is something. Maybe I missed the announcement. Maybe, like I said, there's some kind of double XP token or something that we're gonna get. I know you get different unlocks, right? You got the different beta exclusives, and that's cool. But I don't know, just makes it at this point, right? If there's no more ranking up to do, it becomes a little bit more of a like, okay, I'm playing this game just because I'm having fun versus unlocking anything. And I do think that's a good thing that this game has that ability. Part of the things we've talked about on this channel regarding, as I get killed there, some of the issues with the newer Call of Duties is that they're kind of designed for player retention. The problem is that they miss the most important part of player retention. Back in the day, Call of Duty didn't have a player retention problem because the game was so fun. You didn't, even though you had all these prestiges, you didn't need a battle pass and all that other stuff to keep people entertained and to keep people playing. You didn't need to put in a grind, I mean, you had certainly you had camo grind and stuff like that, but you didn't need to put in all of these other features, right, to try to get people to keep playing. It was just fun enough on its own. And this game has a little bit of that, right? If they continue to do, if they continue down the path they're on with this game so far, I think things are looking up for Call of Duty. If they walk back any of this, right, they're going to be in some trouble. Because as soon as you walk back the non-SBMM stuff, if they do decide to do that fully, it's going to be a nightmare. You're going to lose all of the goodwill you've now bought. Because previous to this, there was zero goodwill for anything to do with this game, right? Everybody was expecting it to be terrible. And geez, I'm just getting destroyed. But this is kind of the point, right? Is like, so let's take this game. I'm in last place, right? 6-8. And I'm that's okay, right? That's fine. It's honestly not necessarily the end of the world, and I just don't fully understand like why this type of thing was ever taken out. Like this is how back in the day, Call of Duty. This was the experience of Call of Duty. You have a bad game like we're having now, where you play against some really good players, even though we are winning, which is, I'm more of a play the objective type guy. You have a good game, you have a bad game, and you get better, right? You learn from this. That's how the game is supposed to be played. This is how you learn the maps, by playing against some real good competition, people using parts of the map you didn't even realize existed, right? Like this is the Call of Duty experience back in the day, and my aim is just off right now. But this was the Call of Duty experience, right? This is what we did. This is how you got better at the individual game, is by saying, okay, I'm playing against better people who have maybe a better, view of the map, right? They have better spots and all of that. And you utilize those, right? You learn how to beat those. You don't want to just play against people who are your skill level. You literally will never learn a thing about the game. And I'm trying to get into the middle to take this zone, and that's just not working out. I want to see, how far am I? Oh, I'm way off at the top. Okay, that's fine. That's good. That's good stuff. So I feel like this is a bad spot. I keep running to this spot and getting killed. So maybe let's try out something different here. Let's try out something a little bit different. I'm going to utilize a little bounce off the wall to hopefully. Nope, grenade didn't do much. Can I get in here? Oh, somebody just took that. I'm going to try to lay down right here. All right, we're capping again. This guy is just sitting out here, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, we gotta lock in. We gotta lock it. I said I was gonna use this gun for the sake of the video, so we can't switch off this gun. But I would love to switch to more of an SMG and deal with these guys. Alright, so he must be gone. Or he's hanging out over here, right? Let me get on this. Oh, no, it's a teammate. Alright, we got B. We got B. So we're still... Oh, there's a... 11-14, and we're down at the bottom. 11-14. I mean, I actually thought we were doing worse than that from what we've looked like so far. Let's get in here. I gotta change. Oh, someone right there. Now I gotta be careful, because I don't think we have a great line of sight here on this guy. Actually, if he's behind, I think they might have just retaken the middle. Yep, that was a smart move. See how that guy climbed through the window, or he went around, went through the window, and was able to... Those are the kind of little things, right, you learn as you play against competition that's actually good. Dude, sniper is just brutal. If you're not perfect when you're going off against that sniper, forget it. All right, well, we got to lay down here. I'm going for the win, okay? The KD's out. We want to win. We want a good win. Oh, we just got a kill with... Must have been... I'm going to sit here. I don't love... I think we have one of those things coming at us now. One of those... Or maybe not. Because the problem is I don't love the line of sight we get. Alright, there's a guy. Alright, we're going to take this drone out. There's a guy right over here. I didn't love the line of sight we got. Oh, and there is a... I got to get out of here. I had to get out of there. Because there was a sniper looking at me. Yeah, they threw a grenade in there, see? That's why we had to get the hell out of there. I'm gonna just run in here, hopefully get one of them. I couldn't get either. Oh no. Thought I could get one of them and then our teammate would... I could still... Alright, this is a good... No, I should have stemmed. Ooh, we ran right into that grenade, huh? Let's clear this out. I'm trusting my teammate to take this guy out. Oh, did not take him out, but we got him. We turned and got him. I was entrusting my teammate with that. That was a bad decision, I guess. Oh. Now, this is a very dangerous area to be in, but I mean, my aim is just off the charts bad right now. This aim is just off the charts bad. I got to stim. All right, there's going to be guys moving in. I'm going to try to move right. No. Dumb. I wanted to move in there just to start. Now, there's probably going to be a guy here, but I'm going to try to get in the zone before. No, it's one right there. Can we get there? Can we get there? All right, there's a guy sitting right on it, I guess. He might be the one on our side, too. I don't know if he's still there. I'm going to try to get on. I'm going to try to clear this. Just make it a little bit tougher for them to cap this position. All right, we cleared it. Good clear. Got one. I'm going to try to get off. Oh, no. Ooh. Stim. Good stim. Oh. It's a shoddy. Oh, we weren't getting that one, I guess. We just got to continue because we're in the lead. So we just got to continue to stop them from double capping. We'll be okay. They have no shot. And then at some point they're going to have to triple. So that's when we could fall back and just protect one. I'm going to make life just a little bit tougher on them here. I think a 2-cap. I don't think even a 2-cap is needed anymore, to be honest. Where are we now? We're still at the bottom of this thing? All right. All right. That's fine for the first game. That's fine for the first game. We'll take it. I mean, I do think we've been on that objective. Okay. A few of my deaths were just me running in, trying to protect the objective. So I'm praising myself for that. We were tied for the most captures. Let's see, how are my teammates doing? Oh man, look at that, 67 and 17. That's one hell of a job. That is one hell of a job. Wonderful. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, I'm liking. I'm going to be doing when the full game comes out. We'll be doing a series on this. I like trying out the kind of pre-made class or guns that they give you with certain attachments. This one feels all right. I don't know if I love the power of it totally. Maybe we could switch some classes too. We could show you a few different ones. So these are a few of the other classes I'm rolling with. I haven't really been Googling any of them to see like which ones, but this is probably my best one right here. Either that one or this one. I like the assault rifle submachine gun combo because it kind of lets you move around. Because this game is a little bit, yeah. We're going to use that for this one, and we'll go back and forth with the other class. But I want to show you guys a little bit of that. I wanted to get at least one game in with the pre-made. Average eliminations 14. I feel like that's not that good. Maybe that's just for this map and mode though. All right, so we're going to be using. This is the burst weapon, and then obviously we got a hardpoint submachine gun. Secure the objective. I like it. Let's get up here. Guys might be coming from behind there. Oh, I'm you just gotta lock in on that aim. That's part of the issue here. You just gotta lock in. All right, we got a headshot on him. That was not a smart fight, though. I will admit that was not a smart fight. All right, let's do our best to get into this middle area. God, to get taken out from behind here. Not great. All right, let's get into the middle. It's all right if we die. Let's just get into this hard point. All right, we're in control now of the hard point. Question is, where are they going to be spawning in from? Hardpoint located. That's one thing. When it's in the middle here, you just feel like it is all-time chaos. It is just all-time chaos in the middle. All right, there's another one. We're getting in this one. We're getting in this one now. How did they beat us here? This guy must have been just waiting on it. Oh, well, we did get both. Oh, thank God. Thank the Lord. I thought we weren't going to get both there, and I was going to die. This is one of the... Oh, someone right here. I wish I didn't have time to switch weapons. Oh, wow. All right. We got a double kill in the cluster. This is one of the reasons I like using overkill, and I know perk greed is certainly going to be a big time one because I mean, that's pretty big, right? You're getting an extra perk, but one of the reasons I like overkill, because in this game, right, there is such quick movement, right? And there's so, I mean, we got our heli. There is such quick movement, right? At the end of the day, you kind of need both, right? Like you do need this, as we move, you do need this long range weapon to take out a lot of different enemies, right? You just do. But you also need the, oh, I shouldn't have been stupid. You also need, you know, the submachine gun. So I'm really liking using overkill because it lets me get the best of both worlds, especially when you're taking out that's going to be an echo. I'm not even going to shoot at that. Especially when you're fighting, shoot. Especially, like I said, when you're you know, fighting in these hard points where you're using your ammo, you could switch to the next one quick. I think overkill is huge in this one. And the fact that it doesn't really take up a perk slot, you know, you don't need to use a perk on it, I think is huge. I do think for certain classes, right, like, I don't mind just going with, like, perk read, because I do think perk read is going to be huge, especially since you get an extra, like, perk for what you put in your perks, right, because whatever, depending on if you have all three of the same, like, you get a different one. I think that makes perk read even more important, because there might be, you know, one perk that you want, but you can't put it in with your other class, because otherwise you lose that upgrade, right, when you have the fourth, whatever special perk you get. So I think they've done a good job, at least so far. When I look at those, it feels like it really balances itself out. I feel like when I'm making my classes, there is a level of having to think through what I'm putting on. I know people say, I guess, dexterity, right? That's one that everybody has to have on, which, if that is the case, and I'm going to wait until the full launch to see if that is the case, but if that is the case, that's something they have to look into nerfing, because you're always going to have some perks that are better than others. You're always going to have some guns that are better than others. You're never going to get a perfect, you know, every weapon is used the same amount, but you want to make sure that there's not one perk that everybody is kind of using, you know, and if that's the case, then it just kind of ruins it, because that takes away from the different builds. You know, every perk should have an upside, and every perk should have a significant downside to you putting it on. I'm just happy we're playing a little bit better in this one than we did in that first game, which is nice. But once again, this is why the mode like this, right, the non-SBMM, is so great, because you do get these swings in performance, and as you get better, you have less of a swing, right? Like, there's probably people that play, you know, their ceiling is pretty high, right? So their worst games are maybe my best game, you know what I mean? And that's called getting better at the game. But if you take that away and you make it so that everybody's just kind of having these mediocre games all the time, or you're playing against the same talent pool all the time, it doesn't allow for you to get any better. It doesn't, you don't have to care about what classes you put on and all of that, because at the end of the day, you're playing against people that have around the same, you know, KD as you, and for no reason. You know, it's not a ranked mode or anything like that. In a ranked mode, I get it, but in a non-ranked mode, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And I do think so far, you know, all the weapons I've used, I've seen an argument to use each weapon in this game. All of the assault rifles, the submachine guns. The one I'm using is not even the one I see most people using. There's that other one that most people use. I forgot what it's called now, but I've seen that far more. You know, and that's kind of the cool balancing act that hopefully Call of Duty can continue to walk here, right? Where you have this wide use of a lot of different weapons for different things. And I know, I mean, the shotguns are a little crazy, right? They certainly are crazy, but to be fair, I've had tons of games where I run shotgun and I stink with the shotgun sometimes. You know, there's times where you go on a run with the shotgun, and there's other times where, man, they're just, you can't kill anything with the shotgun. So I don't think it's a game. I don't think the shotguns are necessarily game breaking. I think the problem is there's a level of frustration when you see a shotgun take out like your whole team, and I think that kind of gets in the way of people looking at, like, so if you're in a game and you're on a kill streak and some guy runs up on you and your whole team with a shotgun and kills you all, that makes you think, come on, they got to balance that. But you don't see maybe that guy running the shotgun went, he that was his one run and he was dying on first hit like all the other times. All right. Oh, I'm loving. I actually haven't used this gun much in the beta. I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to use this a ton, and now I'm really using it. Got to destroy that echo unit, because I'll be shooting at that all day. The one downside, as I get freaking knife, the one downside I will say that I've had so far is that I'm not in love with really any of these kill streaks. And for a lot of games it wouldn't matter, because as you can see, I'm running counter UAV and UAV, and I will say they did a great job with how the UAV is scored, because when I get a call on my counter UAV and my UAV, and I know it's only 5 points, but to see, like, back in the day, I don't remember your UAV being, it didn't feel as like impactful to call in as it does now, because you get so much, like, I know it's only 5, but you're seeing it pop up on the screen, right? You're getting a dopamine hit for calling in a UAV and a counter UAV, and I think that's pretty cool. But the problem is that I just don't love any of these kill streaks, and to be fair, I don't necessarily, I haven't run all of them yet, and it's not like I'm getting a VTOL warship every game. But even this, like, this helicopter, I've had times where it's done well, and it didn't do as good when I called the one in this game, probably because we were inside or whatever. But it's just, back in the day, it felt like kill streaks packed such a punch. And the only kill streak in this game that packs any real punch to me is the nuke, right? If you're good enough to get a nuke, you get that same thing we used to get back in the day, where your palms are sweating, right? Your heartbeat is racing. You're kind of hiding in a corner, trying not to die because you're so close to the nuke. You still get that with this, but there's just not a ton of that. And I know, what are those things called? Like the wraps, the little, those little, like, almost like RXD cars or whatever. But those feel just annoying to me. I don't know. Those just feel super annoying when somebody calls them in. I mean, they seem, maybe I should start running those. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Even this robot dog, it's weird, because some of the kill streaks are really, really annoying when you're facing them, but when you call them in, it feels like they don't pack the same punch. And maybe I guess don't know how to properly call in kill streaks or something. Maybe that's it. I don't even want to talk about getting knifed like that. Maybe that's my problem, but it's just a level of frustration when Call of Duty, let's just be clear, this is a kill streak game. That's what Call of Duty was built on. If you go back in the day, the battles between Battlefield and Call of Duty, this is a kill streak game. It's not that playing the objective isn't important. I love playing the objective. I play the objective because now it's an easy way to get points, right? I think they did a great job of finding a happy medium between, having an objective mean nothing like it did in the past, where, okay, it was good for wins and losses, but it didn't go towards your kill streak. Versus now, where it's like, actually, if you play the objective, like you're seeing in Hardpoint, the reason I've gotten any of my kill streaks is because I was playing the objective, because you get a boost from killing people on the objective. Obviously, people are going to the objective to try to stop you. Like, there is a incentive now in every mode to play the objective, because you can get higher, score streaks because of that, right? You get your kill streaks. But the problem is they just don't hit the same. There's just nothing like calling in an AC-130, a chopper gunner, the Harrier. I mean, when you called in a Harrier in Modern Warfare 2, you would just hear that little noise, and the little thing would pop up showing you, oh, got another kill, and I just don't see it with this game yet. So I'm gonna wait for the final release to really, go off on that, and to see if that's something that's actually a big concern or not. But it's just something I felt in the past few Call of Duties, where it's weird because we have more kill streaks than ever, and yet none of them feel all that good. And it's funny because actually the truth of the matter is, if I could and I'm waiting for the full release, and I'm going to try this build out. But there's that perk that lets you just recycle. Like, there's a perk that lets you recycle your kill streaks, right, within one life. So I might start running very low kill streaks, so the UAV, counter UAV, and just recycle over and over and over those little ones. Like, I think that might be my new strategy to see how many kills, how many points I can get, because that's going to be huge for boosting your team. Like, that's a winning strategy for your team, right? I mean, that's a huge winning strategy if you're constantly getting counter UAVs and UAVs. So I'm going to try that out. But I just don't think I don't think that's the point of what we want from the game, I guess. This guy, 86 and 17. Holy shit. Actually, maybe, should we try, I don't know if we're going to try that now, but maybe we should try out a new kill streak setup here. I mean, I like this helicopter. It's not bad, but it feels like I don't know. It just feels like they don't, like I said, it's not like the complete domination. Maybe we should put on those little RC car things and see how those do. Because so many people love those RC. Maybe we'll do that. We'll see. But it also is a pretty big kill streak, so. So as you can see, we played 2 games. One of them I didn't look too great in. The second one I did. Oh, so there's actually an RC car here. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put on the skewer. Okay, we'll replace this. Do I have an overclock? Increase velocity. We'll do that. Now, if I go to this, what class do I have perk read on? We have it on this one. What does Gung Ho do? Should we put that on now? Oh shoot. Maybe we'll try it on this map. Actually, we'll give it a shot. We'll do some loadout. We'll fidget with our loadout here. Let me go right here. Let's edit the loadout. Wait, shit. Whoops. Let's just change this one. I don't remember. Oh, Looper, right? Looper. Wait, did I? Hold on. Whoops. Alright, we got it. We're going to try this out. We'll try this out now. I didn't know if I had a class that was kind of built for it, and we'll use the Beta Legend again. So this should let us get our kill streaks multiple times. I wonder if we could just keep cycling through here. I think that'd be quite fun, actually. But I just feel like that's not how, like, the UAV has always been a very good, obviously a very good kill streak, right? It was one of the smallest ones, and it allows you to see so much, and, you know, UAV has been one of the better ones. But back in the day when we wanted to get the kill streaks, you used to have to be like, all right, we're going to dump the UAV, because you needed the Harrier, right? You needed the Harrier to get to the chopper, all of that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I think that's one part of Call of Duty that we've kind of lost. Those medium, like the UAV. I thought I fell. The UAV counter UAV setup is my favorite in this game. You know, maybe it's just the dopamine hit you get from seeing all the like you see it now, the reveal assist, right? So every time somebody's getting a kill when my UAV's up, and when my counter UAV's up, I'm getting 10 points basically. Which, it might not seem like a lot, but considering how many times people die, you know, 10 away, 20 away from a certain score, I think it does add up. Especially because it doesn't end up being 10, it ends up being a lot more. Oh, and I couldn't get that. I will say, I don't think this weapon, and I understand it's, you know, these aren't supposed to necessarily be great, but I don't think this weapon has the way they have it set up has the stopping power. It just doesn't have the ability to take out a lot of things. I don't want to change from overkill though. This is what I was talking about though. This is why perk read. You know what? I'm moving back just because I'm trying to get a win here, and every time I'm using the Beta Legend, it's not working out for us. I mean, you can see, like, this gun has, I mean, I know it's the more powerful one, right? Because it's the burst, but still, this thing just has a significant amount of stopping power. I don't know if I should run in there and grab those tags. I'm trying to be a little bit more disciplined when I go to get tags, because I've realized that a lot of times I feel like I'm just trading. Like I get a kill, and then by getting the kill, I just trade, you know, 1-for-1, when you kind of don't want to be doing that. You know, the whole point is that we're gaining a kill. So I'm trying to be a little bit better at that, in helping to run through other tags, meaning not just going for the tags, but going for the tags in a way of it mattering. Like that. See, my teammate got that. That's perfect. That's how it's done. And I saved one of them instead of just running in and getting killed. Oh my god. I don't see. I think that's what I'm talking about. I think my reveal assists, right? I think that's literally what just got me to the skewer. And so if I had this class, maybe we should rework. You know what we're going to do? We're going to switch over that other class after this to this weapon and see. I would love to see how many of these things I can get with this class. I would love, and then that will be our final game of the video. I would love to see that. All right, let's pick up this, recover the tag. Yes. Okay. Oh, I didn't reload that because I was calling in my UAV. Are you kidding me? All right, there's a tag in here. Do I dare get it? I got it. Got a skewer. Telling you, if you the UAV counter UAV setup is really a glitch. If you want to feel dopamine hits of calling kill streaks, just there you go, right? There you go. Oh. There's another one. Oh. I'm basically just, I mean, my team is gonna have the UAVs up at all times, right? It's just counter UAVs, everything is up at all times for them. Oh, I didn't even realize that was not a teammate. That was so unobvious that he was on the other team. Oh, I missed him, dude. Those are the ones you gotta get. Those are the ones you just have to get. Perfect. 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 I'm loving this weapon. This weapon is, it feels like it fits my playstyle a lot better than some of the other ones. I don't mean like the question is, oh no. Oh, okay. That was dumb. That was dumb. I'm just hoping and praying that Call of Duty, this game, you know, look, this is not going to be an all-time great Call of Duty, I don't think. You know, I don't think there's a chance that we look back and like, oh my god, this reminds us of, you know, Call of Duty 4. But it really feels like there is some momentum here, and it really feels like there's a chance that this one can be something we look back on in a few years and say, this is the game when it changed, right? This is the game when Call of Duty went back to being what it once was. And I'm hoping and praying that this is the case, because at the end of the day, it has to happen. It has to happen at some point. Otherwise, this series is just going to be, you know, it's not gonna just survive forever. I understand that there's Warzone, and I'm not saying that the game is gonna, you know, they're gonna stop making them, but we've seen already, you know, just look at the community reaction to them adding this matchmaking. Like, it just shows you there is just this massive amount of people who are waiting to enjoy this game again. Like, they just cannot wait. And I have to say, as much as I was in agreement with the people who were against the matchmaking, you know, I didn't even realize how big of a deal it was until I got a chance to play what we're seeing right now. Like, you could just see in this gameplay. This video is an example of the ebbs and flows, playing better people, playing worse people, and how that goes. You know, oh wow, we actually got this. Like, you can just see it perfectly. You know what I mean? And so it's exciting, right? Like this was fun. All right, this game is fun right now. Let's just call it what it is. This game is fun. All right. So we're gonna move. I know this video was. We might have to change the name of this video that I thought was, because I thought we were gonna play with that Beta Legend, but I'm already bored with it. So maybe we're not. All right. So like with this one, if I go to marksman rifle, pick this, right? That's the one we got. We have Looper on this. So is reduce what? So I can't get Bankroll in here. I would love to have Bankroll in here, I will say. Would love to have Bankroll. But I don't think we could get it. Just because should we try it with Bankroll? We could always switch out. We're going to try it with Bankroll. I know they say you got to use Dexterity, but I'm going to try it with Bankroll. I'm going to try it out, and we'll see. This is Domination on Ocean. And we're going to see, can we pick up a lot of UAVs and a lot of counter UAVs. But I really think right now we're at a good point because we have two things. We have Battlefield coming out. We have Call of Duty. So we're going to get our choice of the two if one is really not living up, you know, and we're going to be playing both on this channel. But if Call of Duty doesn't live up, then we're going to be done with it. And same goes for Battlefield. I think Battlefield, it's getting a really, really good rap right now because of how good the beta was, and because of them applying so much pressure to Call of Duty, right? That's just, at the end of the day, that's what they did. There's no other way to look at it, right? Call of Duty saw what was happening. At first, you know, there was that quote about, we're not worried about what, you know, we're too big to fail. Remember that? And then I think they realized after the beta and when this beta launched that, listen, you know, this just isn't going to cut it. You know, there's too many games out there, and you're going to always have people playing Call of Duty. But if you want it to get kind of drowned out and have a game that's, especially because this game is so built on kind of microtransactions, right, with the store, and that's such a big part of what they're building into it, that the thing with microtransactions is at the end of the day, you still need a player base, right? You know, you need a player base. It's one thing if it's like, if we could just sell this thing, right? If people just buy it, it no longer matters whether or not they play the game, right? As long as they buy it. You can't do that with the kind of model that they want to go with, right? Where you're selling a battle pass, where you're selling skins and all of this. You can get away with it a little bit if you have a good game that people are playing. You're not going to be able to get away with it. And there's a guy sitting right out there. You're not going to be able to get away with it if nobody's playing. And I think Battlefield gets credit for that. But the point I was making is we still don't know, right, what the totality of Battlefield is going to be, right? We don't know how good that game is going to be when it's launched. Right now, it feels like it's going to be what back in the day, Battlefield 3, like, those were the days. You know, that's what it did feel like playing the beta. I think there's a lot of good there. But Battlefield and EA, they could mess that thing up too. So we're excited, we're optimistic, but we're going to be making sure that these games are what they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? So I love how I switched my class here, and you know, this is part of the problem, right? This is what we talked about with perks. Is I would love to have the perks that, you know, I would love to have the same perks plus the Bankroll perk plus everything else, and it's just not, it's you just can't. So you have to, I'm trying to think now, you know, as much as Bankroll's good, right, with helping you get plus 150, now that I'm thinking about it, it's only one kill, right? So maybe I should have switched the other way, because it's only one kill. Not that one kill is, you know, not that Bankroll, it's like basically one kill. So maybe it was better if I kept it the other way. But we are getting our kill streaks now, so we're starting to make a run here. Maybe we could turn it around. And this reminds me of the M16 in Call of Duty 4, where it was obliterating people. It was a tank. But I've liked the LMGs in this game. I've liked a lot of, and now we have a full cap on them. I don't know if I love that, but I might turn around here. Oh no, they're capped at C. Okay, we're good. I was gonna say maybe the spawns were about to flip, but this is the kind of performance I like here, where we're just double capping from the get-go. Oh, someone behind. You know, it's funny when I get that kill like that, because I know that guy, the frustration that guy I just killed must feel. Because he is just, he's doing all he can, is my guess, to try to get B, right? He sees someone, he goes, all right, we got to get that guy down, right? And then, lo and behold, I'm sitting there, and I just take him out. Like, I've been in that guy's shoes. Actually, the first game, that's literally was me, right? Where you're trying to do anything to get B, and there's just people all over the place. I found that quite funny. Oh, no. Okay. Not great. Not my best moment. Not my best moment ever. wasn't wonderful. Feels like this game is closer than it should be, no? I keep looking down at the scoreboard and I'm like, wait, we're not up like 1 million? And I guess it's early, but still. I found this spot has been really helpful. This is one of the weirder maps for domination because this B position is, it's so tough to get once someone's already gotten it because you can sit on it. You have to cross over to this side, right? The bottom line is, and we should probably run in here as I say that because someone just took it. But once someone gets it, you have to cross over to the other side, right? You can see this right here where you have to cross over to the other side. I'm hoping my teammate can get him so I can take out this guy, but you have to cross over to the other side to take out the other team. It's really an interesting situation. You know, usually when you're talking about like the B position, it's tough to keep because, you know, okay, someone's on it, someone comes in to get it, you know. In this one, it's a little bit different because you're going to have to take out people on their side. You're just going to have to. And so it's quite interesting, I think, how that works that way. All right, well, this is our first chance. Oh, I killed the target of my own missile. Cool. Cool beans. So are we going to be able to get now? Like, watch. So we're 5 away from the UAV. Oh, no, don't kill me now. Oh, I was just going to show you guys that I was going to get the UAV off of my own assist. How cool that was. But I guess not. Wait a minute. I see a guy up there. It's like this is part of the problem, right? You have to run to the other side to take the guy out. So like that's why this B location is really an interesting location for it. As I'm trying to take out, like there was just people all over the place. There was nothing I could really do. Oh, I like that C cap though, because they just put all their effort into getting B, and now we double cap, and we could step in here and get B now. I really actually I liked what they just did. I like that a lot. But we got to get B, guys. We got to get B. I'm fine with us getting C, but we were supposed to get B during that time. Let me run in here. Let me do something for it. And I didn't do anything. Well, actually, I was kind of a meat shield. I think that works. Good job. We got it. I'm going to put this right here. So there's a bunch of guys, I guess, right here. Let's do that. Oh, they're up there. Okay. That's fine. No big deal. No big deal. Are we capping C again? Our team is just going for the triple caps as much as possible. Not great. Not my best moment. That pissed me off a little. Well, we got to go back and get B. You know, it's funny, I just said how tough it is to keep swapping it on this map, and that we've swapped 1,000 times since then, but it is, like I said, an interesting... With this thing in the middle, it's a tough get. It's a real tough get. That's why I think we keep swapping A and C. All right, I'm gonna try to get into B here, but they've got this thing pretty locked down. Got to get him. Got to take the... I just have to get that kill. I mean, there's no excuse for that. I just cost my team big with that. We had a chance to get B. We had our best chance to get B in a while, and I just cost us in a big way. Oh, I can't believe I actually survived that. Where is he? I'm going to try to get him. Got him. Oh, yes. We got everything here. We got B. We got B. We got everything. We have gotten everything. I repeat, we have gotten everything. No. No. This battle for B is insane. I mean, the problem is neither side is really setting up any kind of like neither of our teams are setting up any kind of, like in that first game, they had this locked down completely. Like we could do nothing, but neither one of these, our team or their team, we're kind of keeping it on. We're just running in, so it's helping us out a little bit. But we're getting our kill streaks here. I like this. I like this a lot. Let's counter UAV them. I'm gonna try to sit here as long as I can actually, and just got him. Got another one, I think. One's down. We got another UAV. Please let us cap this. If we can cap this, I'm good to go. Oh, we're gonna get a ton of kill streaks here. Oh, this is phenomenal. This is absolutely phenomenal. This is phenomenal. Oh my god. I don't even know what my kill streak's at right now, but it's gotta be wild, right? It's gotta be pretty high. Can I check? Is there an area to check? And I'm running out of ammo, and I got killed. I'd love to know what my kill streak was there, because that was just a never-ending amount of people coming, and they just couldn't. I guess they just couldn't find me in that area. They just couldn't. Now we just got to stay on the because now we kind of got a little bit of a lockdown here, right? You see, we got a guy up there on their side. This is when things get a little bit ugly for the other team. I don't know why. See, why did I run in there? I was sitting in that spot and I got 1,000 kills, and then I run in to. It's stupid. It's just stupid. Like this is the spot. I mean, I get killed there, but that's the spot in this match. All right, 41 and 23. Not bad after our first game. Not too bad. I did do a good job on the objective score. I wonder if this has to be us, right? Oh wow, it wasn't us. I thought for sure we would get it for that last run. But let's see what this guy did. Oh, he killed me. The hell? Come on, ours was a little bit better. That was cool, but ours was a little bit better, I think. All right, well, thank you all for watching. I'm enjoying this game. Everyone say a prayer. Everyone say a prayer that this Call of Duty delivers, because it has a chance. We have a chance.